I'm out here in the Driftless area of southwest Wisconsin, fishing, camping, and cooking up some amazing food. My name is Carter, and you're watching Outdoor Science. Welcome to Wisconsin. Well, just like my backpacking trip 6 months ago, I put my rain fly on upside down. I don't think I'll ever learn. Welcome to the beautiful Driftless region of Wisconsin. I've had a long day of driving. I just set up my canopy because I think we're gonna get some rain later this week for a few days. My tent is all set up. I got everything I need for a great week here. Let's make some dinner because I'm really hungry. All right, my first meal is gonna be hamburgers. Classic, easy, and one of my favorite camping recipes. I'm gonna season my burgers with this Kinder's Buttery Burger Blend. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. There we go. 4 quarter-pound burgers.
So this dish came about in a roundabout. It is outside of the mold. It's not style of like, next up we got a real treat. Hey, Harriet.
All right, time to do the dishes. Oh, that's still hot. I don't need to get my pan super clean just because it's cast iron. I just want to get most of the big chunks of burger out. I had to use this fork thingy because the spatula that I brought was still really gross. I'm gonna go get some firewood and relax by the fire because I'm really full. This won't keep my wood completely dry, but it'll help. Well, I'm fairly cleaned up, and I want to go down to the river that the campground is on, which is the river that I plan on fishing all week. My tent is right over there, and there's just a little path that you can follow Oh, there's a deer. I was just gonna show you the river right here, and I spooked a deer. It's just behind that brush over there. And here's the water. Wow, this looks gorgeous. And I actually just saw a trout eat a dry fly right under that bush over there. I don't know where I'm supposed to like get in the water over here. I feel like I can just walk right down. And I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and try it. The local fly shop does an amazing job of giving fishing reports, and from what I saw, the fish here are eating very similar things to what they were eating just a couple weeks ago in Michigan. So I think I might throw on a dry fly real quick, and that way my rod is all set up, and just cast a few times. Like, how can I not, you know? All right, I only have a few minutes of daylight left. I'm gonna use a tiny little yellow dry fly. I brought my other flies. We'll see if that works. I think I'm seeing fish everywhere. Yeah, I'm seeing fish eat on top, like everywhere. And I think I might even throw my fly in without getting in quite yet. Maybe just right here. And then I can try to get in. Actually, I'm gonna try to get in right here. And then I'm gonna throw my fly just kind of in the middle, I guess. Whoa. All right, I just want to barely get in the water just in case I catch something. Oh, I already have a fish. I already have a fish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I already have a whoa! Whoa! Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I already have a nice fish. Oh my goodness. This is an absolutely beautiful brown trout. Let's put him in. Oh. Yeah, perfect release. He's off. Whoa. Okay. Third cast in and I already caught a fish. There are a lot of fish over here and they are hungry. Another fish. I have another fish. Oh my goodness. I've already gotten 2 fish. Oh, just a tiny little guy. Tiny, tiny, tiny little guy. Oh my goodness. This is a beautiful brown trout. It's really tiny, but that was a heck of an eat. All right, let's throw him back. Perfect. Well, I fished a little bit longer than I intended, and now it's about 9:45 at night, and I'm pretty tired. So I think that I'm gonna go take a shower. There's a shower at this campground, luckily, because I'm really sweaty, and it's actually gotten a little bit cold. It's probably about 50 degrees now. So I'm gonna go take a shower, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I was finally able to get to sleep about midnight last night, and it's about 7 now. Birds are going crazy. Before I got to sleep last night, I heard this. I think it was just coyotes, but it was kind of creepy. And I heard it again about 3 a.m. I woke up a lot in the middle of the night, but I'm feeling okay now. So let's get up and have some coffee. When the water's boiling, once it reaches your desired roast color, you just take the pot off and pour your coffee. right, I'm gonna go check out the local fly shop and kind of check out the downtown area of the local town. All right, I got my box of flies, about a dozen or so flies that have been working right now. And what's interesting is she said that the fly that I used last night is really interesting because it was a sulfur, and there aren't really any sulfur hatches right now, so it's crazy that it worked. They must have been really, really hungry, also because this past weekend was super busy and the area that I just fished was really pressured. I guess they were just really, really hungry. I also got some tippet, and of course, the other really cool thing, and I really recommend whenever you go to a fly shop, don't just go in and start asking for spots and asking for, you can ask for flies, they'll help you with that because they're selling you something, but don't just go in and say, where should I fish? I also got a shirt, I got several things, and the very nice employee, she said, so did you also need some spots as well? Typically, if you ask politely, they'll give you some general ideas, but if you spend just a little bit of money, not even a ton, just if you get a hat, they'll give you some ideas of good spots. She drew out on this map some good spots for me to go. Apparently where I have been fishing last night isn't even the best place to go. It's just kind of convenient for me. So I'm actually gonna go back to camp, get my stuff, and explore a couple of these places because the weather isn't looking too good for the rest of the week. She said they do want some rain. Water is really low right now, but I don't know how much I'll be able to fish if it's raining too hard. So I want to check out some of these spots. If it does rain, then I'll be able to just fish at camp. And yeah, let's go do some exploring. Whenever the fly shop was giving me advice for where to go, part of the reasoning for spots to give is ease of access. Wisconsin is one of the best states in terms of public fishing access because they have a lot of easements for rivers and streams, which just means landowners, private landowners, are encouraged and rewarded for making parts of their water on their land accessible to the public. Especially in this region, there's a lot of easement access. That also means it's a popular fishing destination, but because there are so many places and so much opportunity, if one spot has a couple people on it, you can just go down to the next and check it, and more than likely it'll be about the same thing. Man, this Driftless area is so interesting. One minute you're driving through crop fields and cattle farms, and the next you're driving through this mountainous forest, just driving down in the valley. This is absolutely incredible. Found this public hunting and fishing ground, and I guess I just walk through here down to the water. So this is what I mean when I said there's easements. This is going to be private land up here, but the landowner has eased it, which just means that there's public access to it. And I guess there's some specific amounts of public access depending on what the landowner wants. Sometimes it's only in the stream bank. This says 66-foot wide access along stream bank, so I can go in and out of the stream, I guess, if there's some obstacles. All right. It took a little bit of doing, but after some hiking around, I think that I found some water to fish. It's kind of confusing how to get down here because all the public easement signs were covered in barbed wire. I guess I just need to try to get down there somehow. I kind of just slid down the ground right there. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do. Well, I think the first place I'm going to try is just this deep pool right here. All right, here's a new little pool. 2 trout out there look at my fly and not take it. So I'm gonna try to put it over there again, and then I'm gonna try a couple different other flies. Fish on. Oh, I just threw it over there because nothing over here is biting. This looks like a good one. Come here, buddy. Oh my gosh, beautiful brown trout. Oh my goodness, this thing is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful trout. Alright, let's put him back. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, that turkey scared me so bad. Okay, so tonight's dinner requires charcoal. So before I do anything else, I'm gonna start lighting it. Now I actually don't want a roaring fire. I want these coals to get down to ashy gray. That's when they're at their hottest and most stable. Alright, that's going to take a while to burn down, so in the meantime I'm going to do some prep work. There we go. My foil pack is all ready. I'll let that go for about maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I'll check on it. You can tell if it's done based on the potatoes. They take the longest to cook. Yeah, this still has a little ways to go, so I'm gonna wrap it back up. The potatoes are nice and tender. And one of the best parts about this is you just eat right out of the packet. That smells delicious. Mm. Mm. Well, now that I'm full of dinner, I'm gonna go try to fish down by my campsite again. Well, couldn't catch any fish. I had one on for probably 10 or 15 seconds and I fought it, but just couldn't keep it on. Had several other bites and I kept changing around my flies to all sorts of different things, but no luck tonight. That's fine though. I had a good time. I think that I'm just gonna make a campfire and just sit around for the rest of the night.
For breakfast, pancakes. All right, I'm gonna cut into these first just to see if they're done. Yep. Perfect. Now, I believe that pancakes are just a vessel for eating syrup. That is so good.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Man, those fish scare easily. I was trying to walk as quietly and carefully as possible away from the bank and just sneak up on spots, but the fish would just swim away as, you know, faster than I could even see them. And there was one point that was really, really shallow and really, really clear, and I could see a fish run away from me essentially, and it went probably 60 yards. Like, I could just watch it go and go and go and go, and it just kept going. So I didn't know what I could do. At one point I saw a fish rise, and then it went away under a grass mat, casted right next to that grass mat, got a bite, but didn't stay on. And after that I just couldn't get anything to move. It is about 85 degrees now, so they might just be resting for the day. I think I need to do the same. I kept getting my line tangled. I was a mess. So I'm gonna drive around a little bit and do some exploring, and then I'll try again here in a bit. Had to stop by Walmart to fill up the cooler full of ice, and went ahead and got myself a little treat. This is the best tea you can buy in a regular grocery store. Alright, tonight's dinner is going to be one of the easiest camping recipes you can possibly do. So first, let's do some prep work. And while my pan heats up, I'm gonna go ahead and make another charcoal fire because I'm gonna need some charcoal a little bit later. I'm making dinner just a little bit early today. It's about 4:30. This won't take very long to cook, but then I have something special planned for afterwards that I want to get done before the rain comes in. It's supposed to start raining and thunderstorming starting around 8 o'clock tonight, and it'll stay here pretty much all day tomorrow. So I don't really know what my plans are going to be tomorrow, but I want to stay because I think the next day is supposed to be decent weather. It's also supposed to be a lot cooler tomorrow. It's about 87 degrees right now, and it's pretty warm, although this breeze is nice. Okay, at this point, it couldn't be simpler. Actually, the only thing that could make it simpler is if you had small bags of chips, but I'm gonna go with the gallon size Ziploc. I'm gonna put some chips in. Now this is really important. After you put in your ground beef, you wanna put in your cheese right away. And finally, some of those diced onions. The last thing that I like to do there we go, walking taco, Ziploc style. You already kind of saw me do it just there, but when you're ready to eat, if you're using a chip bag or a Ziploc bag, you just want to roll the edges down. That'll help it stay open, and it'll help sit there. It tastes so good after a long day of fishing. a myth that dish soap will ruin your cast iron pan. That's an old-timey thing. What I like to do is put a little dish soap in there, rub all the gunk out, and then just put it back on the heat with some water, let it boil, and then you can scratch off anything off the bottom. As long as you're not using like some sharp metal. Alright, I'm gonna go fishing one last time for today. I have a couple hours before I need to do one last thing for today, before the rain settles in. Alright, this is the last thing I'm gonna do before the storm kicks in. While that cooks, I'm gonna clean up because I don't want anything blowing away or getting too wet. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna check on it to see if it's cooking. And if not, I have a second pile of charcoals kind of smoldering away to get hot. Alright, pretty much nothing has happened yet. Let's add some more charcoal. Well, it is starting to rain and the cobbler isn't gonna be done, I don't think, so I shouldn't have fished for so long, but you know what, that's just what happens. I kept saying one more fly, let me just try one more fly. Well, I put some wood on the Dutch oven to try to help out the coals, and I think that might be helping. Also, with the storm rolling in, it's kind of windy, which is stoking the flame. We're making progress. Alright, so the top is definitely burnt, but the inside looks perfect. I'm just gonna skim away the burnt bits. And I'll just eat out of the middle. I think the main problem was that I started the coals and they got to be at a really good point, but then I went down to fish and they completely died. So they were ashy, but they were literally ash. I couldn't pick them up, like they just disintegrated. So then by the time I started some new coals, it was just way too cold, and then I got it hot way too quick. They weren't stable. It kind of was a exponential increase in temperature. So, you know, this was my first time making this, and I'd say this was an okay effort. The apples are delicious. The cake mix is perfectly done. The very top layer was just burnt, so I didn't get any crust. That's okay. I'll try again a lot more.
second plate.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Just gonna sit around under my canopy and watch the fire until it dies. Just listen to the rain as it rolls through and take a shower later.
Good morning. It is a rainy day. I'm just now getting up. It's about 8 o'clock. This is a brief pause in the rain. It's been raining all morning, all night. Kind of chilly, but it feels nice. And I don't know what I'm going to do today because I don't really want to stand out in the rain fishing. I don't really have a good way of drying off if I do stand out in the rain. So I think I'm just going to take it slow this morning. I think I'm going to go get a coffee in town, and I might drive around a little bit. I think I'll go up to La Crosse and see what's going on up there. Iced maple latte. Yeah, that's pretty good.
This is a really cool little overlook. There's a lot of information on the history of this place, like the overlook and the town, the area, southwest Wisconsin. It's pretty cool. That is a really strange McDonald's sign. Well, those last few spots were really neat, exploring some wildlife refuge areas along the Mississippi River and learning more about it. But I think that I want to fish now. I think I've done enough sightseeing. So I'm going to go find a spot along the river where I can fish and hang out there for a couple hours. Hey, little guy. Alright, let's see what we can do. I just had a pike on for sure. my goodness. That was insane. So I forgot to dry out my waders, and obviously they filled up with rainwater last night. So when I got back just now, there's the entire boot section was full of water. So I'm drying those out. It is nice and sunny now. And I think I'm gonna try to fish again, and I'll just stand by the bank. Okay, I finally caught another fish, and it's this little guy. He's not fighting at all. Oh my gosh. This is a little creek chub. Awesome, I've never caught a little creek chub before. Well, tonight is my last night here, and I thought for my final dinner, what else could I do but steak and mushrooms? Now, I had to go with the ribeye this time. I'm gonna season it up with some of this buttery burger blend Kinder seasoning. Again, I can't get enough of this. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see how I did. Not bad. That's not bad. Well, I think I'll break down camp a little bit, at least my kitchen station, just so I don't have to do that all tomorrow. Well, I am pretty much all packed up, except for my tent, which I'll get tomorrow morning. And I am tired. I think I'm just gonna sit here by the fire and enjoy my last evening here.
Good morning. It's time to get up and break down my tent and get on the road.
Let's see what we can do. Well, that's gonna do it for today. I had a great time camping and fishing all week. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with someone else who might enjoy the outdoors, and don't forget to tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. Central to see a new video. Thanks for watching. Nailed it.